Good morning. I am Day. DAA are my initials. I am in recovery from loss, grief, trauma, and addiction. In my years of active recovery, I have found that upon awakening, it is useful to affirm and devote myself to the me of my recovery, the one that ties all of the pieces together gently, lovingly, and sometimes even fiercely to face each day, one day at a time. With these daily affirmations, reflections, devotions, and meditations, walk with me on the recovery journey of hope, renewal, resilience, and self reflection. And remember that you are not alone. Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. January 15. Taking action. Are these extravagant promises? We think not. They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work for them. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 84. One of the most important things AA has given me, in addition to freedom from booze, is the ability to take right action. It says the promises will always materialize if I work for them. Fantasizing about them, debating them, preaching about them, and faking them just don't work. I'll remain a miserable, rationalizing dry drunk. By taking action and working the 12 steps in all my affairs, I'll have a life beyond my wildest dreams. Fair use. Courage to change, one day at a time in Al Anon. February 15. We talk a great deal about working the program. Actually, what we do is to practice what we're learning. It's like studying a second language. Fair use. February 15. We talk a great deal about working the program. Actually, what we do is to practice what we're learning. It's like studying a second language. A student reads books and attends classes, but this only gives him technical knowledge. To be able to use the language, he must be around those who speak and understand it. He practices listening and speaking while continuing to read. If he stays with it in time, it will become a lifelong skill. So it is with many of us. We begin with little knowledge and many misconceptions. We go to meetings, learn about alcoholism, and study Al Anon literature. But to actually be able to use this knowledge takes time, patience, and effort. Spend time around people who speak the Al Anon language, especially those who are making a strong commitment to practicing Al Anon's principles in their own lives. We continue to listen, to read, to learn. In this way, the Al Anon way of life sinks in until it becomes second nature. Then, because we are constantly changing, we have opportunities to learn and practice some more. Today's reminder: if I want to become skillful at applying the Al Anon program to my life, I need to do more than go to an occasional meeting. I must make a commitment and practice, practice, practice. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle. Fair use. Just for today, daily meditations for recovering addicts. February 15. The last thing we expected was an awakening of the spirit. Basic text, page 49. Few of us came to our first Narcotics Anonymous meeting aching to take a personal inventory or believing that a spiritual void existed in our souls. We had no inkling that we were about to embark on a journey which would awaken our sleeping spirits. Like a loud alarm clock, the first step brings us to semi consciousness, although at this point we may not be sure whether we want to climb out of bed or maybe sleep for just 5 more minutes. The gentle hand shaking our shoulders as we apply the second and third steps causes us to stand up, stretch, and yawn. We need to wipe the sleep from our eyes to write the fourth step and share our fifth. But as we work the sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth steps, we begin noticing a spring in our step and the start of a smile on our lips. Our spirits sing in the shower as we take the 10th and 11th steps, and then we practice the 12th, leaving the house in search of others to awaken. We don't have to spend the rest of our lives in a spiritual coma. We may not like to get up in the morning, but once out of bed, we're almost always glad we did. Just for today, to awaken my sleepy spirit, I will use the 12 steps. Fair use. Today, Emotions Anonymous, February 15. Reflection for today. No matter what my problem is today, no matter my mood and no matter the weather, I can find something to be happy about if I put my mind to it. I can search for and find something to be thankful for. If it is only that I got out of bed this morning, it is not God who needs to be thanked, but I who need to be grateful. This gratitude fills my heart and gives me a new spirit. I give myself a fantastic reward, a thankful heart which fills a great need. Meditation for today. Fill me with the spirit of thankfulness. Today I will remember, thank and be thankful. Fair use. Strengthening my recovery meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. February 15. Promise 2. Our self-esteem will increase as we give ourselves approval on a daily basis. BRB, page 591. The promise of self-esteem is very attractive, especially given that if we didn't have a negative self-perception, many of us would have no image at all. By showing up regularly at ACA meetings, we increase our true self-esteem in a positive way. We find a safe space to interact with others who are on the same quest. This act of showing up for our true self gives us a positive view of ourselves, most likely for the first time. By participating in the meetings and identifying ourselves as adult children, we are sending a signal for our inner child that we are aware of the work we have to do and we are willing to make a commitment to realize our spiritual awakening. More true self-esteem will come from regular affirming our current state and our future mission. By our showing up and participating, we give our true self approval, approval to get well, to belong, to share, to believe, to hope, to care, to cry, to laugh, to grieve, to live. These simple expressions of our humanity are true self esteem of the most precious and rewarding kind. On this day, I will practice doing the things that build true self esteem and give my true self the approval to trust, feel, and talk. DHB Recovery Network. Daily affirmations, reflections, devotions, and meditations. Share, subscribe, hit the notification button for upcoming notices, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be, one day at a time.